Hello. Hi, my name's Charlotte. Why am I doing this? So, it's the 21st of March 2020. And I wanted to start doing a video each day because we're in a bit of a weird situation in the world right now. So 21st of March 2020, we are in the throes of a world pandemic, coronavirus. It's just a really weird time, kind of a monumental time, a big challenging time for the country and the world, and it feels important to document that. It feels important to document it for myself and anyone else who finds it helpful, interesting, is curious. As of today, this week was the first week I've been working from home pretty much all day. I work for a yoga business, and as you can probably guess, all the studios in London are closed temporarily, all the yoga studios that I manage, because of all of this. So yeah, my job has been kind of very different this week. It's been really, really odd, and also learning how to work in isolation. Not necessarily isolation, but learning to work when you're not in an office, and it's been a bit of a surreal experience. Yeah, it's just been a bit of a surreal time. Last weekend, I was really down about all of it. Well, maybe let's back up. So at the moment, we're not on lockdown. We've been encouraged by the government to work from home. All pubs, restaurants, bars, cinemas, libraries, etc. have been asked to close with immediate effect as of yesterday. Schools have just closed as of yesterday. So not on lockdown yet, but things are changing massively. None of this has happened all in the space of 1 week. So by last Saturday, today's Saturday, so last Saturday, none of this had come into effect. Pretty much the government had said it's business as usual, keep washing your hands, keep practicing best hygiene, and that should be enough. And I don't know why, but I sort of felt like probably because the rest of the world has not, done that. There's there's countries on lockdown, there's, flights not going to and from countries anymore. So I kind of felt like it was imminent that something more drastic was going to happen. And I sort of had this, period over the last weekend, where I was just like, right, I'm just going to get myself ready for this. I'm going to get a plan in place. How am I going to cope with this? How am I going to not go crazy in the house? What can I do to make this time productive, or how can I make the most of this time? And I was just feeling kind of useless and kind of like, I've got to make something of this. I've got to make something worthwhile out of this. So the first thing I did was I printed off all these flyers and posted them through the letterboxes of my neighbourhood, everyone in my neighbourhood, just to say, if you're self-isolating, I can help you buy groceries, be on the phone for a chat, and etc, etc. Here's my number, here's where I live. And I did that because I wanted to feel like I was doing something, feel like I was making a difference in some way or helping in some way, because I feel really useless, I feel really out of control of the situation. You know, this virus is spreading really, really quickly, and I can't do anything to stop it, and I don't know when any of this is going to end. So I felt like I wanted to do something to feel like I was in control a little bit, or that I was helping in some way. And the other reason why I did it was because I think that the main thing I'm worried about is what isolation, self-isolation or quarantining will do to my mental health. That was what I was the most worried about. So I thought if I could offer something to other people who are older or ill, who maybe have to be inside more, maybe I also will feel less alone. Maybe I'll feel less alone. So that was why I did it. And I didn't really expect much from it, but I received so many texts, calls, postcards through my letterbox saying, you know, thank you so much, and yes, maybe I will need help later with this, that and the other, so thank you so much for, you know, being on hand if I need you. And it really made me feel so good, and I think made me feel really positive, and I've kept that positive feeling throughout this week, because I see more and more how everyone is trying to help each other, and it really restores my faith in humanity, that actually we are all good, like by and large, good, kind people who want to help other people and want to support other people, and want to, you know, we want everyone to get through this relatively unscathed. Obviously that's not going to happen, but anything, it feels like everyone's just chipping in. Yeah, and I really felt like last week, like I was entering a war. Like, right, I'm on the front line, I'm going to be doing what I can, I'm going to be fighting for these people, even though I'm really not doing that at all, I'm really not doing much of anything. That's what I felt like. I felt like I was stepping up and like fighting and saving someone. And I suppose that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this video as well, so that I can feel like I'm documenting this in some way, or showing other people what I'm going through, so that other people feel less alone. And who knows if I'll even do anything with this. Maybe it will just be for me. But so yeah, I've been really positive this week actually. Maybe I'm being a bit naive, but I'm sort of thinking to myself, right, you know, I'm going to get a good routine going. I'm going to make sure I'm, you know, while we're not on lockdown, make sure I'm going out for a walk every day, make sure I'm doing some exercise every day. This is a good opportunity to start hobbies that I previously don't have time for, because I've got much more time in the evenings now. I can't go see anyone, I can't go do anything really, and also I'm not commuting every day, and I live in London, so it's a long commute. It's like an hour and 10 minutes each way, so I'm pretty much saving 2 hours, nearly 2.5 hours every day, so I can put that to good use. So I thought, oh, you know, I'll learn a language, I will do this exercise, la la la. And actually, by and large, I've pretty much, I mean, I haven't learned a language yet, obviously, but I have been, you know, doing some meditation and some yoga every morning. I've been doing exercise pretty much every day. I've been going out for walks. We have 2 dogs, so luckily we have an excuse to go out for a walk every day. Yeah, so that's pretty positive, and I would recommend that to everyone else. Like my boyfriend and I, we sat down on Tuesday night and we were like, right, what is the game plan here? How are we going to stay sane through all of this, especially as we're going to be working in the same house? What are we going to do? So we like made this list, and we were like, right, make the bed every day, get changed, get changed like you would be going to work, brushing your teeth, making sure you're like ready for work, you know, when you're sat down at your desk, rather than just in your PJs, because it's just going to make you feel like crap later on in the day. Making sure we're giving each other space as much as we can, because we don't have that time sort of going to and from work that's like our time where we can read or listen to podcasts or just daydream or whatever you want to do. So giving each other space to do that, and making sure you stick to start and end times of work. So my computer at the moment, my desktop is in the kitchen, so there's no like way I can get away from it really. So I've taken to unplugging it and putting it in a separate room once I'm done with work, so it's like signals the end of the day. And then the other thing I kind of want to do is just go for a quick walk after that, so it's like kind of replicating that whole going from work to the tube station. So there's a very clear start and end time of the day. And I think that has really massively helped this week to help me stay positive. In terms of work stuff, it's actually been really great. I feel like the banter and the camaraderie and the morale has been really high this week, and we've all really made an effort to keep in touch with each other, keep on doing Google Hangouts, keep on like talking to each other on Slack, which is like the instant messaging service we use. So I actually feel really, really good about that. And I've been like I didn't realise how much I needed noise around me when I work, so I've taken to like blasting the music in the kitchen or like in my headphones so that I can have a lot of like sound around me, and that's massively helped as well. Yeah, and kind of just appreciating the little things. So today we had to drive somewhere which was about an hour away. We had to drive through London, which on a Saturday morning usually is fucking terrible, you know, bumper to bumper traffic, and yeah, not very nice. Today it's actually a really lovely day. It's pretty sunny. It's cold, but it's sunny. So we got in the car and we drove to Croydon, which is where we were going, and driving through London, and I was like, just like, oh my god. And obviously this is not a nice thing, but it was so quiet. There was not many people on the road, car wise, and then in terms of pedestrians, it was a lot of people running or doing exercise, which was it really lifted my spirits, made me feel really good. And I just noticed myself like, this is actually not a very nice situation, but I'm able to see some good in it. And I sort of felt quite proud of myself for that. So yeah, it's okay for now. I want to just keep on doing a little video to kind of document what's going on. I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but we'll see. We'll see how this all transpires, because who knows. And also I've always wanted to like do a vlog, but don't think I've ever really had the confidence to do it, or anything interesting to say, but I actually feel like this is important. So that's interesting. So that's me. We'll see if you see me tomorrow. We'll see how this goes.